So, welcome back. Hopefully, I fixed my horrible screw up by not pushing the record button on the first section of the run. Either that or you guys have just gotten a quick intro video of, hey guys, I'm an idiot. This is what happened in part one. But as of right now, you guys are solidly into the confused legwork phase. Because I don't know what you're doing. What would you like to do? Good
So,
hustle.
yeah. Well, we're at the table. Stardust is going to let them know that over the info dump, but information he has gathered thus far on the target, and that when he gets, we have 5 days to do this, right?
Yep. Sunday, 6 p.m. sharp.
When he gets a chance, he's going to check into a hotel room and do a more in-depth search, looking for anything that Johnson may have tried to obscure. Or not Johnson, the target may have tried to obscure, and specifically look into the security situation that they've got up there. And from there, he can get the team their further intel. As for that, if anybody else has any other legwork they'd like to contribute, just let him know what he can do.
Frank Bogart will be taking his car, still in the same suit, and actually be driving around the neighborhood in question, looking for anything of an interest in nature.
How long are you looking to spend there? How much of an in-depth search are you doing?
Frank will have dinner at a local establishment,
Okay.
but he will not be spending the night.
Sure. You can give me a perception test on your drive-by.
Pardon me, will I find that skill? I really should put more points into that skill.
It's alright, you're an old man, you're practically blind. So with
You were saying, son?
let's
I
not
got
get
my
into
monocle out today, son.
let's not get into real ages here. It makes me feel bad. So with 4 hits, you're able to drive by, and you will notice that it kind of sits on its own block. Yeah, apparently in a double A zone, all hotels ask questions. Who would have thought? Um, so it's kind of occupied its own block. It sits way at the back as a nicely sized mansion that you hope to retire to someday if these punk kids don't get you shot. Um, nice wall, nice old fashioned, classic even wrought iron fence on the front door, a sizable driveway through some very nice foliage up to the front door. That's about all you can get unless you try and drive in.
Hey,
Well, it
Frank.
won't be driving in, but Frank is curious. On the back 40, when he spends time driving, does he happen to find any sort of servants' quarters or perhaps a security guard center, something of that nature that he should be afraid of?
You don't see any of that stuff, and that kind of stuff could just be kept to the backside of the house because you can't really see around to the backside.
I understand the use of good landscape, and thank you very much.
Yep.
Hey, Frank, you got something along the lines of a rangefinder?
I do not have it on me presently, no. We can do it tomorrow when I bring some of my tools to the area.
I like to think
Sounds
that your
good.
rangefinder you use strictly for golf.
Just eyeballing it though. You think you got how far about back would you say the estate is from the street?
How good is Frank at math and guesstimations?
Let me take a look at the sheet. He does have Logic 5, Intuition 5.
So he's
I'm
a
not
smart
if
guy.
those be-
Um,
Thank you, sir.
so you would guess probably 50 meters ish if you're going straight, but obviously the driveway's a little longer because it wiggles.
It's a winding path. It has to be a winding path, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just fine for me though. That'll work just good for me for my drive-by.
So,
In
Terrace...
addition,
Or,
on my way leaving the property, I will take a quick moment to look at Bing Google and take a look at the map section to see if the back 40 that I cannot drive around to happens to be heavily forested or just what the general environment of that portion looks like.
Sure. Let's see some random number generator cubes.
Frank, there's no need for Google Maps. I'm gonna get us a up-to-date live map.
It may prove to be useful if there's been sudden changes in the environment. That would be good to know.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be your eyes in the sky, baby.
So you want to go ahead and do that then, since it seems like
Oh, you want me to make a computer check or something?
you want to take Gazoogle things.
Zoogle, I like that one better. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, part of this is if I come across something that's incredibly time-stamped, and yeah, say 3 months ago, and now it's entirely different, red flag.
So nope, with a quick one hit on a Gazoogle, you'll find that there's nothing on the matrix. It's like does not have a Google Maps page, basically.
So, Tara's gonna turn to Stardust and ask if you want to go splits on a hotel room down there.
You're being
Sounds
seduced.
good. Sounds good.
Yeah,
Stardust-
I need to go climb a place and pick up some gear.
Stardust, when heading to the hotel, yeah, he'll hook up with his vehicle, swap into his normal legs, and dress like a human being when checking into the hotel. Also broadcasting a sin.
What rating sin, sir?
I'm going through the list. We will go with Newman Slate.
I have no idea what rating that is.
3. Sorry.
All right. And what is Tara broadcasting?
I think I'm gonna broadcast my rating for Fixin' Jenny Masters.
Sure. So you will be. What are your lifestyles? Could be a second question.
Medium.
Hi.
Okay. So Stardust will fit the bill for this one. 'Cause, hoo, 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 hoo. Oh. All right, so you guys will come into a very nice hotel. It's a bit of a Asian aesthetic to it, and there's some very nice people who here who are willing to assist you. They normally don't take non-reservations, like just kind of walk-in things, but they are willing to make a exception in your case since they happen to have space open and available. You will luckily be able to cover it under your high lifestyle. What's the reason you're giving for your visit?
Honeymoon, of course.
I was gonna say I'm here for a gig, but all right. Sweet 'em.
I love it. So, they will take you to not necessarily like a hotel room, but it's actually more of a bungalow or a small cabin. It's on a nice, decent-sized plot of land, and you actually have a part where it butts up to the actual lake wilderness itself.
Hi guys.
Welcome
fine
back.
by me.
You've missed basically nothing because the gas
Hacking
station is
minigame,
miles
yeah.
away.
Yep.
No, we haven't even gotten to the hacking minigame yet.
Oh wow.
The
Yeah.
girlfriend got home the same time I began my epic journey.
Yeah, you should have told her to get you a drink on the way home.
I should have.
Learn to multitask, sir.
So, and hey, I can play my guitar out here and no one will complain. I'm in a bungalow. Perfect.
That's the word I was looking for. Bungalow. So what are you guys doing? I am waiting on you until Sunday at 6 p.m. At which part you can be.
Yep. So,
You want to go first, Alan?
sure.
If you want to just buy out 3 hits on your agent, that'd be great.
Okay, I'll just buy out. Well, this was me assisting the agent this time because
Sure.
I'm sending the agent on a matrix search, level like the 6-hour one.
Okay.
Hit it.
So are you actually
doing
going
this
to
from-
occupy yourself for 6 hours? Or just the agent?
No, this is my agent. This is the agent doing
Alright,
it for 6
then you
hours.
should not, if you're not actively helping it, you should probably not give it assist dice.
I will be actively helping it, and I will occupy myself for the full 6 hours then.
Okay. 'Cause it makes no sense
that's
to
why. Yeah, you're
push the
right.
go button makes it better. Or
Yeah, I'll be there working for 6 hours. This works fine because its dice pool is slightly better. So I'm going to have it do a matrix search. I'm doing this from the local grid, so let me know if I'm at a penalty for that.
just your standard -2 for a local grid. Oh, I'm sorry, you said local or public?
Local, not public.
Okay. Then, yeah, you have a lifestyle to afford you local grid access.
Yep. So I'm going to perform this matrix search looking hidden information and down for any information relating to our target and his security details specifically.
Okay.
In which case, I should probably try some healing tests. But first, the insomnia test.
The best test.
Ugh. It is intuition and willpower.
So, Tara, you guys are gonna lay in the bed in a questionable position.
Yeah, I assume Stardust is, and I'm in the VR, so yeah.
Awesome.
Body going limp and everything. I'm gonna use my... I can't remember the name, let me look it up. The Lockheed Optic X. And I'm gonna just take a good look around.
Sure. You said the Optic X thing?
Yeah.
I have no idea what that is because it's not a fly spy.
Yeah, no, it's one of the bigger ones.
Sure. Signature
This is just
basket
gonna be
free.
This is just gonna be a general flyby, bird's eye view of the place.
Sure.
And I need to calculate my dice pool. It's been so long.
It's what happens when you don't play games for 10 months.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna roll 20 dice to fly my drone.
Alright, so your alchemist lays down and has a nap for 2 hours.
And I get 7 hits on my flying.
Sure.
I believe I can fly.
Yep. Are you running silencer?
Yeah, no. Because, stop me if I'm wrong, but I imagine in the future where drones are used like for everything, there's gonna be like drone streams up in the air with just like commercial drones.
It is a AA zone, sir.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't need advertisements. You own the company.
Yeah, that's true. Fuck, I'm gonna go silent.
So was that a yes running silent or a no running silent?
Yeah, I'm running solid.
Okay. Could you roll me logic plus sleaze, please? For, reasons.
Yeah, let me see, matrix.
You probably do not have a sleaze rating on anything.
No, I don't have these. No, of course not.
Nope.
But my logic is, let me see, 6. One hit. And that sounds terrible, so I'm gonna post-edge that.
I was about to ask if you were comfortable for that.
Yeah, no, I'm not. 4 hits, I'm more comfortable with that.
That's pretty good. Oops, as I slide the screen way off. Let me roll some dice here, and I'll just... Oh, damn it. Alright. So flying over the expanse, you will see a really big... did you roll your perception as well, or just your piloting?
Come
like
again?
just-
I didn't hear you. You cut out for a minute, I didn't hear you.
I'm sorry, did you roll your perception, or just your piloting?
No, I just, only my piloting.
Awesome. Can you roll how good you see things?
Yep. And I need to calculate. It's gonna be 12d6. 5 hits.
So the 5 hits, you see a very nice and fancy-looking building. That's the main attraction here on this plot of land. The outside of it is very nicely done and very kept. Like the landscaping is very manicured. That's the word I want. So, outside of that, you'll see that there is some trees in the back. There is a small lake that has a kind of like a bungalow like you are currently in next to it. There is a off to the side of the mansion behind it, like away from the streets, is another building which has a good amount of size to it. It looks like it's, let's say, like a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom house, depending upon how they lay it out and how much sleeping space is there versus how much of the normal things that are there.
Yep.
And then there is a garage off to the side that has a very nice, let me see if I can look in Rigger 5 real quick for the kind of car that is there. Something grossly expensive.
Night Sky.
Nah, they're retardedly expensive, memory serves.
Yeah. A Rolls Royce Phaeton.
No, you wouldn't keep that out in the exposed to the element.
Yeah, no, that's true.
That's 320,000. That's a little too much for sitting outside. Let's just go with the Eurocar Westwind.
Yeah.
Nice $100,000 car. That is what is sitting in the the driveway. It's more of a parking lot at this point. What is it that you... Go ahead.
If my buddy could whistle right now, she would.
Yeah. I dare you to try and steal it in addition to the actual job.
No, that's our getaway car. No, we have to light it on fire with tears in our eyes when the job is done, but we can totally you hijack that as our getaway car.
Yeah, we could. Yeah. Right now I'm just looking for a general layout of the area, snapping pictures as I go.
Sure. I hope you don't expect me to make MS Paint, because that's a terrible idea.
No.
But if you want to write down the things that are there so that we don't forget them, that'd be great. Anybody else have anything they want to do while Stardust is failing horribly at being the Matrix guy again?
I need to know if anyone has any sort of magical or cybernetic reflex enhancement specifically.
Yep.
Or rather, does anyone not have that?
I do not.
I got 0.04 essence left.
That's
closest
quite a
thing
basic question, sir.
If anybody
Closest
can
thing I
do
have to
the
that
astral
is a
look, so
replaced
yeah.
spinal cord. And Crow is going to make a call to his CIA contact, his old handler, and ask if a guy who's basically in the business of blackmailing rich or important people into doing stuff the UCAS wants, if he has any dirt on our target.
Oh,
Wow,
Jesus.
that description ended up a lot longer than I thought it was going to be.
He's got nothing. He tells you that he'll look into it, but don't hold your hopes on it.
All right. And I will also call up my info broker to ask if he has or can dig up anything.
Let's see some other dices. So with 3 hits, he's gonna get back to you, and he'll see what he can come up with. But it's not necessarily the cheapest of things.
I'm going to tell him, he's a guy that I have some pretty solid loyalty with. I'm going to just trust him to find whatever he thinks will be worth the price.
Ho 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 ho. So you have contact looking for information. I believe I saw an actual success from Stardust on something.
Yeah, at around the time in the morning, he will, in a limited interest or not publicized check, be able to tell if the guy has any who has his security contract. Because I assume he has a security contract.
What, a reclusive, super rich guy? Security contract, never.
Yeah.
No.
My money is on Ares Executive Protection, which if that is the case, this is going to be fun.
It's going to be something, right? Did anybody have anything else they wanted to do today? Because Stardust is Googling for quite a while.
I have all the explosives I'm gonna need for this.
Let's hope
Which
that
is
answer
none.
is very little.
Which is none, right?
As the evening comes to a close, Frank Bogart will mention that he'll see everyone tomorrow and to tell the person he's doing the drive-by with to be ready at, we'll say, 7 a.m. Anybody who's trying to track him will see his car get over to the 167 North, west side of Renton. And as it gets to the intersection with the I-405, his comlink will go dead.
Do you live in Seattle?
Was that a IC question or an
No,
OC question?
that was an OOC
Oh, no,
question.
I have a map up right now.
Okay, because I'm like, this guy with like street numbers and routes and stuff?
Interstates, state roads.
Yeah.
Do you want the link? The map I have actually has grids on it.
No,
so
that is way too... Like, you could put it out there for people, but I personally am way too lazy to handle that kind of power and information.
All right, that's the map. And for anybody who's like ultra curious where it was, it's in about J16, I want to say, west side of Renton. Like northwest corner of Renton.
I'll just throw that over here somewhere in my things to... Well, hopefully the people who may watch this later on YouTube will be like, but you didn't put it in the video description. Now, how do I know what you're talking about?
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, a little paranoid. Not karma worthy, but little paranoid, especially after how he met the group.
So Tara, let me ask you a question. How long are you keeping your drone in the area?
Oh, not long. Maybe half an hour, just getting a journal look.
Sure. Do you want to give me one more of them? The running silent rolls, and we'll see what happens.
That was my logic, right?
Yep.
There we go. No, I'm gonna edge that. That's a bit better.
Uh-oh. So as your drone is kind of finishing up its sweep of the area, you have it slaved to your RCC?
Yeah, and I slaved my RCC to the deck, cyber deck.
Okay. You will receive a call, essentially on the comm code that is attached somewhere in there. The phone begins to ring.
Okay. Shit.
The alchemist grumbles from his nap. Someone answer the phone.
Well, I don't think you guys are all together. I believe Tara and
Yeah,
Stardust
no,
went off.
it's Terran and Stardust at the hotel.
Okay. See, I didn't.
Stardust, what the fuck do I do?
Ring, ring.
Stardust, goddamn, what do I do?
They're gonna trace you if you pick that up.
Yeah.
Bring, bring.
Don't pick it up. Move your drone out of the position and then reboot it.
Yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna move it out, reboot, and then I'm gonna send it autopilot back home.
Go. You know how to do full defense? Put everything you've got into covering that thing.
Yeah.
So are you unsubscribing it from your network, or are you like, I know you said you were going to reboot and send it on its own, but what is the thing
No,
that
what
you
you want to do? No, what you want to do is bootstrap it so that it immediately reslaves to you. Then what you do is you have it reboot, and upon rebooting, you bring it back in control, and then you just run the hell away before they can spot it again on the matrix. Or better yet, you have it reboot, slave to his deck, and then his sleaze rating can hide it while you drive it away. That's how I would do it. And that is what Stardust will suggest you do.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so you begin to fly your drone away.
Yep.
And you have rebooted all of your stuff?
Yep.
Okay. I will keep that in mind. I will actually get out a piece of paper and write that down.
And when it gets away, I'm going to check it for marks and reboot my device.
Do you want to roll me... Because now it's on Dog Brain. I imagine it doesn't have any local autosofts loaded on it.
No.
You can remote control a device from a deck. You just can't jump into it like you can with an RCC, right?
Yeah.
You need a control rig to jump into it.
Yeah.
How you get connected to it does not matter.
But you can remote control. Right. Oh, could she jump in while it's slaved to my deck? Is that
Yep.
Yeah.
You can jump in via your deck there, and the thing's set up to accept rigger interfacing, so you can jump into it.
Yeah, why don't you jump into it and I'll protect it in the matrix? Why doesn't every
Beautiful teamwork.
Why doesn't every rigger just have a deck and then jump directly into their stuff? Then
You need 3
Because
marks.
RCCs work better.
yeah.
RCCs let you
because
go
the
from
whole,
one jumped in thing to another very quickly.
Okay. But for this
They can
case,
also they can share the autosofts, which is extremely useful if you're running a network, because it means your autosoft doesn't get lost with the drone if it dies.
Exactly.
I'm not a rigger, so I don't know. Now I know. Thank you. But I will stick to the role that I understand and protect this thing in the Matrix, going full Matrix, full defense every initiative pass, and running silent with my sleaze rating of 8, and just move it the hell out of the way.
Do you want to roll your logic plus sleaze real quick?
Yep. Well, she's jumped into it and moving the hell away. And I am thankfully still on psych because it lasts for 10 hours for me.
You should get buff, bro. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a little better than 6 days.
I feel like this would have gone up.
They might have a spider actively looking for it now. Yep.
Alright. So, there's a little excitement there at the end of the night.
Yeah. Okay. So, who was it that was driving Frank? Was that Tara or myself?
I think it's you.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna... Can I use the same result from my test where it takes 2 hours to roll a check for healing?
Assuming you guys aren't going to do anything, you can just recover your stun, because you have many hours, so I'm not going to make you roll per hour. That's annoying.
Well, it's for 2 hours because insomnia, because poor life decisions.
But you have...
But I had one stun left.
You have like 8 hours before you you are needed
if
to
I
do
don't
anything
get
again.
a hit, if I don't get a hit over 4 tests, something is wrong.
That's why I'm not worried about it. So, do you guys want to do anything before the next morning?
Stardust is still finishing his search. Once he's gotten that device safely out of the way, he'll do a full reboot.
Okay, are you guys going to pick it up, or...?
That's on the deck. That's on the rigger. I will cover you from the Matrix and make you hard to spot while picking it up, but that's up to you how you want to handle that.
Alright, so it is going back home. Bye, drone.
You know, I'm gonna do something very silly and edge case sort of thing. Not literally edge the stat, but I'm gonna see if my political scene knowledge can get me any charitable causes our guy has donated to, just to see.
Sure.
In before he's a jerk.
He has donated 5 million new yen to Humanus.
Right? So, the things that he is known for donating to, like the big ones, and the reason you kind of know about this with only your 2 hits is it usually makes some kind of stink. But occasionally, endangered or special awakened species will have a special like auction thing where you can bid for the right to hunt a specific animal.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
But it's only ever for like the animals that are kind of like old or like aren't actually helping out their herd or something along those lines. And typically the Alan, you're echoing?
Oh.
And typically the pro animal PETA, because of the bad things that have to survive into the 6th world, PETA has to be one of them. Usually get up in arms about that. So there's usually a bit of grump whenever one of these things happen. But those are the main organizations that he donates to.
I pass that information along to the others, in case they care. At the very least, it's a hint that we're actually maybe after something that's a real bird for once, but I still say it's probably awakened.
It might be stuffed. Honestly, knowing this guy, it might be stuffed.
It might be, that's true.
You guys give me all the great ideas. I appreciate that.
So, yeah. Hang on. I don't know if... I never really got an idea of whether or not aspected magicians can astrally project.
They cannot.
They cannot?
Cannot. You may perceive, you may not project.
Okay.
So, it's the ye old plan of action.
Well, I have to pick up Frank at like 7 a.m.
Well, I thought Frank was picking up you. He has his own car.
Ah. Then why am I coming with you?
I thought it was
Well,
Stardust that was...
there will be a reason why you'll want to ride shotgun with me, but yeah.
Stardust is going on the drive-by because he needs to be within 100 meters to search for icons running silent.
Alright. Well... And my car might fit in the double A zone more than yours because it's a Concordat. What are you driving?
Me?
Yep.
A motorcycle.
You crazy.
No, we're gonna be going inside your car.
Yeah.
That's the
There will
reason I'm
probably
coming
be-
along. That's the reason I'm coming along is because I'm going inside someone's car.
Yeah.
Because when a Suzuki Mirage drives down a neighborhood like this, they expected me to be throwing Molotov cocktails.
Those high threat rounds, am I right?
It's true. I saw it on a Tridio.
Ah. Ah.
So is that the, what time are you guys planning on driving by?
Early in the morning, from what I gathered.
I'm gonna have everyone in the car around 7, and then we start off from there, from wherever Frank met me at.
Yeah, Frank will be showing up in his Americar with a horribly dyed mustache. Like, literally went to Kong Walmart, picked up a quick kit, like a few day thing. Baseball cap, nice, but not fancy clothing, like khakis and a polo shirt or something like that. And he's also going to be bringing along his Fly Spy, which, where is there a polite area for me to dump this frigging sensor block?
Sensor block?
Okay.
No, I'm curious as to what you mean by a sensor block.
My sheet making GM encouraged me to fill out all of the sensors.
So you're just, so you're referring to your Fly Spy?
Yeah.
Sure. So,
Okay.
good news, it flies, therefore you can just kind of let open your window to let out some smoke, because, people like the smoke. And from there, it can just kind of whoosh on out on its own.
Yeah, the idea is that despite my wishes, I'd be basically handing control of it over to our decker.
Okay.
So, yeah, there's going to be 2 driving scouting parties going on.
Okay. So I'm having this Fly Spy slave to me as well?
Yes, I am letting you have this device. For the
Alright.
run.
Okay.
For now.
I mean, you can take control of it whenever you want, but I will gladly slave it to my device to protect it for you. I'm going to leave the ownership privileges with you so you can issue orders to it.
Right, and if things go bad, they'll chase my car, not yours. Got it.
If they trace it, yeah. Well, if they hack it, they'll be able to trace me just as easily as they will you.
Oh, well, shit.
Relax.
What could go wrong?
I know what I'm
could
doing.
possibly go wrong? So, can I convince Frank to be in this car, or will Frank be stubbornly sticking to his own car? Because I've got stuff in this car that I need.
Trevor,
Son, have you ever heard the phrase, don't put all your eggs into one basket?
Yes, but there are a lot of gloves in this glove box, and I kind of need them for preparations.
I just need to be within 100 meters of the place for like 3 seconds. Can we please get this done?
Yeah, I feel like this is getting overthought a bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's just go, ladies. You're both pretty.
All right, 2 cars then, I guess. Have fun, Frank.
Thank you.
I thought I was going with Frank, and now I'm in Hagane's car, but I'm okay with this. As long as there is a smuggling compartment for me to hide in while we in VR while we drive by, I am hokely dokely.
Yep, there is a smuggling compartment in my car.
Alright.
So, as you, question is, who is going first? Or are you guys convoying it up? Because
We're not convoying it up.
Dear God, no. That would defeat the purpose.
Frank,
Nothing suspicious here.
we're going in the morning. Stardust is probably getting done, I'm going to say, right around 7. So whoever was going in at 7, that's when we're going. Or we're leaving there at 8. So Frank goes, and then an hour later we go.
That makes sense.
All right. So, yeah, Frank is basically going to be comlinking and driving.
texting and driving, you bastard.
Actually, a cop almost got me for that yesterday. Like, he straight up asked me when we were at a stop sign. Anyway, so, my criminal misdeeds aside, the purpose of the Fly Spy, my purpose is that I'm going to be flying it, again, perimeter, looking for any obvious cameras or anything of that nature, and then my focus is actually going to be the side buildings. I believe you mentioned 2.
I
a
mentioned
2-story house.
I mentioned
size.
several.
All right. Well, he's looking for. Pardon me. Pardon me again. Yeah, he's looking for where the security shack is, because a place like this, there's got to be some muscle. Keep
Sure.
those gamers
Honestly, they're
up.
probably going to have some sort of little like armory building for where they gear up if something goes really wrong.
Rob?
Mhm.
This seems, I know this is kind of after the fact, but seeing as the time has actually ticked down and we are in the morning, what did I find when I looked for a security contract? So we joked about he probably has one, but I don't think you ever told us what he had.
Oh no, we got quite distracted about a
Something.
drone
It was important.
in very hazardous danger. So his security, this is just on the local grid. You were able to find it out.
I was looking on the local grid, and you said I was not at a -2 for looking across grids. If the information
I thought
was
you were
on
on
a different-
the.
I was on the local grid. So I was on my subscription to the Seattle Emerald City grid. If the information I was looking for wasn't on the Emerald City grid, I still would have had a chance to find it, but I would have been at a -2 for looking for the information being on the wrong grid.
Okay, just give me 1 second.
Okay.
Guys, I am sorry, but I'm gonna have to bow out. I'm gonna have to go into work in 6 hours, so I need to sleep.
That sucks.
Sleep well.
Fucking
we
real
just-
life sucks.
Well,
Who did we just lose?
I'm so
We
sorry,
just lost
but
Pro.
I have to go.
Oh,
That's
it's
Tara.
That's all right. No.
Yeah, it's Terra.
It's Tara? I thought it was...
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
was
no.
good seeing you on the hub again.
I'm a fool.
Yeah. Hopefully I can get 1 full game in soon.
Would be nice, right?
Hope.
Yeah.
You could you
have-
could just get lots of 5-hour energy.
Yeah. But
I
good
know a
luck
guy
and
who
have fun,
looks like
and I'll,
cake system in
hopefully I'll see you around
See ya.
later.
Makes me sad because I had all kinds of fun things for Tara.
Yeah.
Aw.
But well.
Oh no,
real
now I'm
life's
the
real
only one
life,
who can
so,
drive.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't mean
Good
like
luck
that.
and have fun.
Yep.
Bye.
GLHF.
Doom intensifies.
Doom does
Okay,
intensify.
just
by
to confirm, what was Tara's... It was
Rigger.
a female who can't curtsy.
Who's our rigger?
Was our rigger. I still have driving skill, but I'm not good at it.
That's fine. Let's hope you don't end up in a high-speed car chase over a bird in a AA zone.
Yeah, let's hope.
I mean, what could go wrong?
So-
So
What information did we get on the security contract?
it is a private security contract. You will actually find out that it is due with one of his Ares affiliated subsidiaries that does private contracts. It is through them.
Okay. Do I have a name of this company?
Do I have a name of this company? Hold on.
Is
I-
it? Because I know all the Ares affiliated security contracts.
Oh, sure. What are they?
Hardcorps is like the badass ex-military psychopaths.
Okay, it's not that one. Then.
Wolverine is the ruthless like on steroids. And then there's KE Executive Protection, which isn't actually part of KE's like normal cop thing. They're like teams of specialist bodyguards that come in groups of 6.
That one.
The
Okay.
anti-Shadowrunners, basically.
Yeah, they're basically an anti-Shadowrunner team designed to keep people from getting extracted or shot or stuff like that. Okay, fun. Or I think I might have been wrong about what Wolverine is, though, but this sounds like what something Executive Protection would do.
Yeah.
And then there's normal KE, which is like normal home security and shit like that.
Which you can only imagine is works tightly with the other ones.
Of course. So we're dealing with Executive Protection, which means they will have a Decker and they will have a Mage on site. This is going to be fun, gentlemen.
Yeah. Hang on, someone's calling my name. I need to see what that's about. Sorry again.
Everybody's
this turns into a solo run.
Yeah.
So,
what could go wrong?
Let me know when the car I am in is driving within 100 meters
Of
his estate.
Your driver did not just AFK, right?
Oh, that was my driver that went AFK. I'm going to go grab a hot dog. It is in my kitchen.
You sure? You're not getting
It's 5 meters.
a delicious gas station hot dog?
I mean, while B team is out, A team can we can do our what does my fly spy?
Sure. You want to roll its clear sight or its electronic warfare, whichever one.
Well, I mean, on the plus side, we negotiated for a lump sum and not per person.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna cheap out Tara based upon that.
No, I'm just.
let me
I'm joking.
figure out where that would be. I am not familiar with drones. Hold on. Core 466.
Well, if you
Now
don't,
may be a good time for someone to do a little bit of rules explanation. Hint, hint.
so if you did not purchase autosofts for your drone, it is rolling.
Yes, stealth.
Okay, stealth does not help you see things. It is quite the opposite of that. You're looking for a clear sight or a electronic warfare to operate its sensors. Else, you are rolling just its pilot.
Okay, and looks like I'm going that route. It has.
You do have some money that you got up front that you could purchase said things if you wish.
Okay, the entire, pretty much the stat block is for this fly spy is in the chat.
Yep.
I'm halfway certain Chummer won't be too keen. Could I add something? I would like to if I legally can on this.
You have the Nuyen that you were paid up front, and they are pretty easy to acquire. I'm not going to make you roll through everybody's various contacts. You can just go ahead and buy up to a rating 6 because that's as high as they go.
Okay, let me figure out. Yeah, I totally want to do that.
So then it would be 9 dice.
9 dice to roll for it.
Yep, because that's as high as you can get. You can only get up to a rating 6, and it's a pilot rating of 3.
Oh, you're saying I automatically get the rating 6. Okay.
If that's the one that you wish to purchase, yes.
That is the one I wish to purchase. I have no idea where on Chummer I will find it.
No, just make a note
So-
somewhere on for you to purchase it. Figure it out after the run.
Yeah, okay. Let me plug this in. Fly Spy AI. Okay. Woo.
So you did pretty well. Sensor
Thank you,
rating
sir.
on a fly spy is 3 though, so you are limited to 3 hits on that. But so as you are flying it around the perimeter, Stardust, can you give me a running silent roll? Are you comfortable with that level of success? Obviously not. So let me Very luckily, Stardust Cowboy does not exist. So with your 3 hits on your various scanners, were you looking for anything particular before I get into some of the things that you're digging around for?
I'm looking for physical security or things that could double as physical security. A lot of footsteps cutting through a thing of grass, go into a building, maybe some lawnmower equipment outside of a certain building. Um, yeah, I'm looking for potential security threats when I start running at 3 in the morning.
So the lawn is expertly manicured, and all of the equipment for doing such is nice and put away. Are you going? You said originally that you were just going and checking out the exterior of the property. Are you still sticking to that, or are you going inside of it?
Um, if I find a facility that does have the trappings, looking through a window, okay, there's a gun rack. That
Okay, so that would
building,
require you to actually like go onto the property rather than just kind of skirt the outskirts, just because of the distance and the fact that none of the supplementary buildings are visible from the street.
Oh, okay, just to confirm, you're saying the player has to get onto the property for the fly spy to get in range?
The drone would have. So what I have is like the property, the layout of the property grounds, and you kind of just skirting around the border of it.
Right.
Whereas if you want to get, able to get in and check out and look inside of buildings like through windows and stuff, you're gonna actually have to fly your fly spy onto the property itself, which is just a question of how close you want to get it. Is basically what I'm looking for.
Okay. Yeah. He's going to be taking his time with this. It is a gradual, flying across the tulips, turn left, zoom in with the camera. Okay, what do we see? Okay, zoom back out. Fly back across the tulips. Look right. Look at
Lovely
other
tulips.
window.
Gotcha.
Second?
Yep.
Is your fly spy slaved to the deck?
I
Yes.
gave full permissions on that one, so
Okay.
So
It's still probably a bad idea to take it there because it can still be physically spotted being a drone.
it is a fly spy though, so it is kind of hard to actually spot. But maybe Hernando has really keen eyes for his old age.
yeah. I mean, if I see anything like an exterior camera, yeah, that's a little bit of a red flag.
So you will see some exterior cameras, just because this is a AA rated zone, and these people do like their security, and public decency laws of recording people be damned.
Public decency laws. This is 78.
Right? So the border patrol that you go through, you're going to see a bunch of different little scanners that are set up from your Mad Center, your motion sensor, microphone, that kind of stuff isn't going to do you a whole lot of good, just because there's nothing here for them to spot. If you are attempting to be unseen, I will need a stealth roll, which is going to be your pilot plus your stealth autosoft. Which in
Oh,
this
thank
case,
God. Yeah, let me see if I even have the pilot skill for that.
you yourself, or
he means the drone's pilot, dude.
Oh, okay. Okay, we're good. Thank you.
yeah, drones have a pilot as an attribute.
Don't send your drone in if you are not a rigger. That is the cardinal rule of scouting with drones.
Kinda why I was trying to push it to someone more tech savvy than the old man.
Sadly, your
Yeah.
rigger had real life intrude upon them.
Yep.
Back in my day, decks were actually deck-sized.
Yeah, my I can help hide it on the Matrix. I cannot help you hide it physically.
So, are you comfortable with that level of success on your sneaking roll?
Well, if the drone is doing it autonomously, he can't edge it. If it's the dog brain rolling with its palette plus autosoft, he doesn't get to help, or he doesn't get to spend edge. I'm almost certain. That's one rule I do know. I'm almost certain that is the case.
So let's do you want to go ahead and give me your clear sight while you're in there, and we'll see what you can come up with?
Okay, before it goes down. I noticed you got real quiet on that.
It's because I was.
Suddenly,
Don't worry about when I get quiet. There's nothing to see here. So, which building did you want to investigate first?
Shit, there was the 2-story house one, which I'm fairly certain would be a guard check. So that one.
Okay, so you're gonna whoosh on over there. You will notice that outside of it there is still a quite a bit of foliage set up. Also nicely manicured. Looking in the windows, you're gonna see what looks like a proper, just normal living quarters house type thing. You do not see gun racks and, lockers of full body armor and that kind of stuff. You will see Go ahead.
I was gonna say, do I notice any signs of actual habitation? Bottles of shampoo that are half empty, clothing, whether it's folded up or non-folded up. There's a difference between stocking a place up and then actually living there.
So as you look at the different rooms that you have access here to, you're gonna you will notice that they are each set up differently and have a little bit of personalization to them. Either somebody went through a large amount of work to change all of these rooms to be not identical and make sure they all looked differently, or there are actually people living here that just don't happen to be here right this moment.
Okay. Okay. Given that I've probably, again, I have time. I can take my sweet time with this. I'll start pulling the fly spy out.
Sure. Mr. Stardust, could you give me another sneaky roll?
With pleasure. I hope I'm not muted when I said that.
You said with pleasure.
You
don't
were
worry.
not.
Okay.
Do.
Oh.
Where do ties go?
To the
The
defender.
defender. Also, that's limited by his data processing, so he can probably go get fucked.
Maybe. Depends on what he's doing. Mr.
Yeah.
8 Sleaze.
Mr. 8 Sleaze. That's because my deck is actually a piece of crap that can temporarily be optimized for moments of brilliance.
Good thing you only need moments of brilliance. Ooh.
Yup.
Eyeballs?
Yeah, don't worry about eyeballs. You have nothing to see here.
Ah.
So you were pulling back, as in leaving the property, or
Yes,
Yes. Yes.
get the drone
I
out.
don't need to go all in and get all the data in the one day. I can take my time.
sure.
Also, I repeat that mantra: if you are not the rigger, the drone does not go in.
What drone? I'm not a rigger. I don't have drones.
No, I was talking to the guy sending in a fly spy.
Yeah, that
Okay.
drone was actually meant for I'm
Like
in
remote.
a room, I send the drone into the next room to look at the ceiling.
Exactly. That's what that thing's good for. It's also good for like pulling it a far ways away and looking in on a scene from a distance. It's not good for going in close and spying on shit. That's why my drone doesn't leave my jacket.
Oh, I thought it was because you loved it and spent $5,000 on.
Oh, just making it pretty. Yeah. I'm gonna Stardust at any given time when he's not playing his guitar or hacking shit. Will be playing with that thing and like teaching it
Creepy.
tricks and teaching it to like jump from one shoulder to the other.
Creepy.
Lovely.
Because for the longest time I described his agent as like a robotic centipede thing crawling on his persona's back, and then I was like, well, why don't I just get that?
Because you're a weirdo. So what do you guys want to do?
So when Hagane drives by, I will perform that matrix perception that I did like forever ago. I
You
got
remember-
4 hits the first time and 7 hits the second time.
Sure. What do you want to know?
I'm just looking for devices running silent on the estate.
All right. Let me roll some
I
dice
love
here.
them.
And while we're driving past, just so that we can get an idea of at least what the exterior looks like, I'm going to be running ultrasound sensors on my car.
Okay.
Passive or active?
It's passive mode, just in case they have ultrasound pinging us.
Sorry, you said it was in passive.
I'm trying to figure out if they have ultrasound sensors on, and I'll pick up their ultrasound with my ultrasound.
Why do you ruin my fun? So as you drive
Because
by,
we're on to you.
you're not
I'm
on to me.
puckering!
I've got all kinds of things you have not yet run across. So as you drive by, your ultrasound sensor will ping that it detects some output,
So I will. Yep.
but it's like right
Someone
as you
else-
drive by the main door.
Someone else is using ultrasound, and it's coming from the
Yeah.
house. So I tell the
Active
hacker
or
that
motion
before he can
detectors.
finish his thing.
So on
Like,
4,
oh, by the way, there's an ultrasound sensor.
so and then on 4 and then 7 hits, when I tried again at a -1, just to double check, did I find anything?
So you did not find anything running silent. You did, however. Sorry, my cat's being super annoying. What were you looking for? Specific things outside of running silent, or just?
I was looking for all icons in that direction. Specifically things like cameras, security systems, smart guns, mag locks, the comm
Any
links,
sensor is a good thing
the
to
whole
pick
night,
up.
biomonitors, the whole 9 yards. Like, the thing about Matrix is, when you're doing a local scan, you can pick up a hell of a lot. I don't get the physical location of those things, just if they are in my proximity.
So you get a bunch of cameras. You will also pick up several guns. Most of them seem to be Ares Predators. Big surprise, most common gun on the market. And then there will be a couple miscellaneous sensors all over the place. There's some
All right.
atmospheric sensors and like motion sensors.
I'm surprised they don't have those running on silent. Once I've spotted those, I will do in-depth, basically, once we're out of the 100 meters, because I don't need to be within 100 meters anymore, look one at a time. Are they slaved to any sort of defenses, or are they just freestanding?
So So let's take a couple of minute break because we can go on for about an hour. My cat's being super obnoxious. That means he probably wants to be fed.
Sure.
Either that or he wants to be, lavished with affection. Either way, I'm going to need
Yeah.
a minute or two here. So if you guys want to take 5, we will be right back.
I volunteer as tribute
Alright.
for the cat.
Sorry, you're nowhere near close enough for the cat.
I'm gonna go harass my cat to make up for what she did to me last night.
Yeah.
What did